Hey there, how's it going? Well, today I'm probably going to ruffle a few feathers here, but like the title says, never pull your goat by the horns. Uh, it's just, I wouldn't say it's common sense, but it's, scientifically proven to not be good for them. I'll explain why here in a few seconds. So I'll put up some examples here, and we're going to go right into the biology of the goat's horns a little bit here. So try to stay with me. I'll try not to use big words and dumb it down to, regular people words. We'll see. First things first, goat's horns, they're not decoration. They can feel through their horns. It's an extension of their body. So the outer part here that you see on a goat is called the keratin sheath. So that's your outer layers. So now that there is made out of the same molecules, or whatever you want to call it, the same stuff as basically human fingernails and human hair. And then that's attached to your body, right? So go pulling on your hair. Tell me you're not going to feel that where it's pulling, or have somebody try to pull your fingernail out. Tell me you're not going to feel that where it's pulling. You don't feel the thing itself, but I mean, you pull on it, you're going to feel it, right? Common sense. It's attached to the body. So same thing as the outer sheath here. It's actually attached to the dermis part. So your epidermis, your scalp, same thing. So that's actually, and then you have the inner part of the horns, and I'm going to show an example of this so you can see it. So it's called the cornal dermis. So that there's a piece of tissue, basically with blood vessels and nerve endings that grows inside of the outer sheath, which is what it's protecting. So, like I say, the horns aren't just for decoration. They're also not just for their protection and herd status, right? They actually also work as radiators. So all those blood vessels and everything that go up into there pushes the blood up, and then the air kind of cools through the horn, and that kind of acts as a radiator. If you don't know what a radiator is, well, everybody's got one in their motor vehicle. It's what keeps your engine from overheating from a certain temperature. I kind of think that horns are pretty beneficial for that sense on a goat. I like keeping them on. Some people dehorn. I'm not too sure exactly why. Maybe they're scared of them, maybe for ease. If there's a problem with them getting stuck in places, well, you probably shouldn't build things that are big enough for them to get their heads in, for them to get stuck in the first place. But yeah, moving on to that, inside of the cornal dermis, you actually do have a bone there. Until they're a year and a half old, that bone is not fully fused to the skull yet. And that's basically where you run into issues, right? After about a year and a half old, obviously, I've seen a lot of, and I should touch down is like the reason I'm going into this video is because I've seen a lot of videos lately, and people are pulling like little goats, like Nigerian dwarf goats, by the horns to try to manage them and stuff. And I'm just like, why are you two-man handling a tiny little goat? And it's like, I got a goat that's twice the size of yours. I'm half your size, and I can handle this goat with one hand easily, and I'll show you that in a minute. But there's no need to be pulling on their horns. It's ignorance. You just don't need to. First of all, I at least trained Houdini when he was younger. I can take him out of here. He'll follow me around. For the most part, if he takes off, he actually has a good recall. I can call him back to me. So like you see here, I always have like grain or something like that keeps him happy, right? But sometimes your goat gets out, you don't have your grain, and maybe you need to get him back to where you need to. The easiest way, I mean, really, in its common sense, is you get your goat a collar. So I'll try to show you the collar that I have. Yes, I know, Houdini. So as you can see here, this collar here, I got it from a pet store, or from a feed store. Sorry. It's got this extra loop on it that I can grab onto super easily when I need to. And all I do is I just aim for the top of his horns like this. And that's automatically got like a little bit of a lock. Not really like choke him, but like if he does pull too hard, he'll choke himself, and really he doesn't want to choke himself, so he's not going to pull too hard, right? After a couple of times doing this, obviously he wants to get me with his horns. That's why I always aim up for between the horns, and then I kind of just lift a little so he can't, and then basically I can just make him come to wherever I want. Back him out, You know what I mean? And it's one hand, and I'm not even forcing. He's coming. You know what I mean? He's going to go exactly where I want him to go. He doesn't want to get choked. It's as simple as that, right, Houdini? Yeah, buddy, yeah. And, it's, if you're scared about your goat getting their collar caught on something or anything like that, I mean, common sense says go around your area, make sure, I know it's not always that easy, and it's easy to say everybody's setups are different, but Houdini spends most of his time in here in a fenced-in area, so, I mean, common sense says that I removed obstacles for him to be able to get his collar caught on. And he's got nowhere where he can stick his head through with his horns to get him stuck. Anywhere he can get through, he can easily get them back out. It's pretty common sense. I mean, yeah, it's just, and I'll try to find some pictures of some examples to show what bad things can happen when you do pull your goat by the horns, and things do go bad. So like I said, for the most part, and I've seen a lot of videos posted like this lately. Like I said, people are, one guy, he's like twice my size, and he's got a little Nigerian dwarf goat, and he's pulling that thing by the horns, and behind him, like, people are making like weird comments, like, oh yeah, pulling him by the horns, farting in his face, like it's funny or something. It's like, yeah, I get it. There's a comedic view to what you're seeing there, but if you're looking at it through a different lens, I would say, you can see the wrongs that are being done there, right? I'm kind of just sitting there thinking, man, I kind of hope the goat kind of dips its head down, back up, and he catches a horn right up the arsehole or something. But no, I mean, it's like I say, there's so many easier ways to control your goat. Like I say, I keep a collar on Houdini. When he does get out and he wants to be stubborn, he doesn't want to, I just grab that and, hey, come on, and he follows me right where do I need to go. It's pretty common sense for the most part. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But yeah, I don't know what it is that some people do for research out there when they get into animals. I mean, are they just like looking, they must just be looking, saying like, oh, what do I feed them? A couple of little things, okay, gotta check their FOMACHA, right, this and that. But you actually have to get into the anatomy of these animals to really learn about them and how they're built and things like that, right? I like to go in a little bit deeper into everything. Like I say, a little bit of biology ain't that scary. I wasn't great at it in school because I didn't want to, but no, when I want to learn something, I kind of go full into it. Goats are pretty special animals, if you ask me. Like I say, Houdini's almost about 1.5 years now, so his horns are getting pretty close to getting fused there to his skull. Houdini, no. No, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Get out of there. We're all out of Gren. That means the video's almost over. Your cooperation's just about done, ain't it? Yeah. Romeo's sitting here cleaning up the leftovers. Yeah. Romeo's cleaning up the leftovers. Yeah. Good boy, Romeo. But anyways, if like I say, I hope not ruffling too many feathers here. I don't want to be too mean to anybody. Like I said, I'm not perfect. When I first got Houdini, I done it myself, and then I did some learning and got educated, and now I don't do it. It's pretty simple as that. I just made this video to bring a little bit of awareness to this issue. It's a little bit of a trend that I've been noticing. Maybe it's been around longer than I've noticed it, but Houdini, get away from my... Jesus. But anyways, like I say, maybe just since I seen a video or two, maybe now I'm just seeing more of them, and just kind of rattled my chains a little bit that so many people think that it's just all right to go ahead and do that. I mean, it's not a proper way to handle your goats, and you just shouldn't do it. If you can't handle a goat with horns, or you're scared of it or whatever, maybe you shouldn't have goats. I really don't know. For me, I just kind of make friends with my animals, and we kind of just get along and know each other well, and I don't have issues like that. But like I say, it's not that big of a thing, but just something to be aware of, that it could possibly lead to something catastrophic happen, like a horn detaching itself, and that's going to be a bloody vet bill, and you will realize the mistake that you made. It's better to just never have it happen, right? So why even take the chance? It's obviously it's scientifically proven. It's been studied you know, they don't just study things like that because it never happened, right? So anyways, we'll just end this video here on a high note. So we'll just say, you know, there's different things that work for different people for different reasons. I'm not going to fault anybody for whatever reason that they did something at that moment in time. But yeah, like I said, it's just to bring some awareness that, you know, if you have done it and you didn't know, well, now you know, and stop doing it. Anyways, y'all take care. I got lots of work to do here today, so we'll catch you on the flip side.